Always wanted to do that. Howdy doody, Buckaroonies, and welcome back to another episode of what one viewer recently felt was the worst music production channel on all of YouTube, and you would be better off subscribing to literally any other channel, in all caps of course. I hope you don't mind the scruffy homeless guy trying to sell you a mixtape outside of a Denny's look I'm going for right now, but I'm filming this during my little holiday break, and I'm kind of digging this vibe, and I'm thinking a bit of a Yas Queen on this whole thing. Today, I was gonna sit down and work on some music, but I just wasn't really feeling it, and that's okay, so I figured, why not sit down and film a tutorial instead? A little while ago, I posted a YouTube short about a cinematic music theory concept, and it actually did surprisingly well, and I got a lot of questions and a lot of requests for another tutorial like that. So I figured instead of trying to teach you something in an extremely limited and condensed vertical 60-second format, because YouTube shorts are frankly a giant steam and I hate them, why not expand on this and teach you something in a proper tutorial format so I have enough time to realistically explain it and arm you with the information you need to actually utilize this stuff in practice. So with that, let's hop over to that there piano and poke us around some notes and do some learning. All right, and here we are with my friend, Mr. Pokey Keys. As much as I truly hate subscribing to the self-aggrandizing idea of sick music theory hack and pro-emotional chord progression secret that the pros don't want you to know, bruh, and other unison MIDI pack level bullshit like that, I think this is something cool that you should know because it's something you've probably heard a million times but couldn't quite put your fingers on, so to speak. What I want to show you here today is what I would call, I guess, the Hollywood chord voicing. This is something you've probably heard umpteen billion times in movie or game trailers or in a lot of modern cinematic electronic music, maybe acts like Coven or other similar groups. And it's typically done on piano, but it's used everywhere in string arrangements and synth things and just about everywhere in between, and it's pretty simple. Before we go poking around here and getting our hands dirty, if much of what I'm saying here sounds like I'm speaking Swedish Chef, then I would recommend you check out my friends over at Hook Theory. I've got an affiliate link down in the description below if you want to check it out. They have a ton of really amazing free resources to learn about music theory and songwriting and build chord progressions and all sorts of cool stuff, and they've got some really great books filled with practical interactive exercises to teach you the basics and fundamental concepts of music theory and even some more interesting and advanced concepts. And personally, I think I need to go reread that second book myself. So if you want to learn more about that stuff and catch up, you can go do that and then come back and follow along as we go. For the sake of sticking in the safety zone, we're going to do this out of the key of A minor because it's going to use all the nice friendly notes down here and not these weird spicy notes that are all in between and shady looking and shit. So the trick to the Hollywood chord voicing is just a special type of chord inversion. And a chord inversion, in case you didn't know, is just a way of revoicing a chord so it's more friendly to play. And this is really useful when transitioning between chords. So for example, if I play an A minor, I could play it like that. I could play it like this. I could play it like this. I could play it like this. I play it like this, play it like this, and all sorts of other stuff, because a chord is just a collection of notes. In the case of A minor, it's A, C, and E. So we can play the notes A, C, and E anywhere on the keyboard, and technically it's the same chord. And that's the trick we're going to be utilizing here today, but in a bit of a different way. Sorry, I just gotta wait for yee Mountain Dew dumbass to quit driving by my house here. So what we're going to be doing is taking this super primary finger paint crayon eating minor chord, and like a good Philly cheesesteak, we're gonna slice that shit open and fill it with all sorts of goodies. So what we're gonna do is split this up by playing the chord over two hands. We're going to take this, and we're gonna start by voicing it in the right hand from the fifth, or the E. Then we're gonna go up here and put the C, or the minor third, on top. Then we're gonna take the A, move it down, and play it in the left hand an octave below. Whoa, suddenly we've got super boring chord to minor chord with the macaroni and
the chicken strips.
There's a lot of ways to expand on this idea. We could take this shape and maybe move around the root of the chord. So instead of moving this whole shape down, we could keep the E and the C on top here in the key of A minor, and maybe move this down to the F. We can move around the minor third here. We can move it down a half step or up a whole step to create a sus2 or sus4, which are the sussiest of all chords. Another thing we could do is move the fifth. We could move that down a whole step here to create another sus4 and keep the minor third on top. That sounds particularly cinematic and spicy, and we could combine these ideas by maybe moving the root of the chord around while arpeggiating different little sprinkly bits up on top. Don't forget your big bass down there on the bottom. So that's really all there is to it. And I know this was a relatively short video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully this gives you a couple ideas to run with and experiment with in some of your new productions. If you enjoyed this video and you would like more of these little kind of spicy tips and tricks for cinematic music theory or other little things like that, let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to make more of these. I do really enjoy teaching these kinds of things because I think it's fun. With that, I guess that's my time, and I guess we're done here. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you've got some other cool tips or tricks for cinematic music theory, music production, or other stuff, feel free to share that down in the comments below. It's always awesome to see you all helping each other out. With that, thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope this inspires you to get out there and make something awesome.